Thank you, Bella. Appreciate it as always. Welcome back to another edition of the Soccer Specialist Podcast. And today, part two from last week's 14 confidence building tips to boost your performance on the pitch. I think we got through six last week. So we're going to jump in with number seven. But first, I just wanted to state that look, you don't have to use all of these. Everybody's a little different. And there are even stuff, obviously, that I haven't covered. It's a huge topic, but some may just not fit your personality. They don't work for you. You can't get in them. I mean, I was never a meditation person. That was just not for me. It doesn't say mean that it's not effective for other people. Personally, it was not effective for me, but it might work for you. So keep in mind, so try them all, see what works, see what fits, put different ones together that help you out, but you don't have to do all of them, okay? So moving on, number seven, body language. Body language matters. How you carry yourself matters. It can change your mood completely. So obviously it can affect your confidence. I mean, just do a simple one of smiling all day, every day. Smile, smile, smile. It will positively affect your mood. Same thing if you wake up and you frown about everything, right? It's going to affect your mood. Body language matters. Stand tall, right? Take a moment to exaggerate, I guess what you call confident body posture. Stand tall, right? Shoulders up. Get your arms out there. Stick your chest out. Be proud. Walk with a little bit of a strut. Overdo it just to make the point, but it will change your mindset. It will help with your confidence. Your body language on the pitch matters. How you carry yourself matters. And this, of course, is a big topic and something that we can get into in detail in its own episode. But it is definitely something that can help with your confidence. Number eight, learn from your mistakes, but focus on the good things. Right? It's important to understand why you made a mistake, what you can do to correct it. That's how you learn. Mistakes are part of your experience as a player. So, what I talk about, we use dribbling because obviously I talk about that a lot, but going at a defender, trying to make a move, losing the ball, that's how you get better because you get the experience of why you lost the ball and how you lost the ball so that you can correct it. Because one of the biggest things I see a lot of dribblers do for the first time is they get way too close to the defender before they make their move. So the defender just sticks their foot out and takes the ball. Right. So things like that. So and whatever it is, how you're shooting, learning when to go low, where to go with your shot, opening up your body depending on your angle, all those types of things. And then focus on the good things that you do as well. We can't always just focus on mistakes. It's important to remember all the good things that you do and think about those as well to understand that you are improving, you are doing things well, you are becoming a better player. And then if you learn from your mistakes also and you put those two things together, right, now you're really developing. Number nine, this is a tough one because we're talking about feedback and constructive criticism and even truly constructive criticism from someone who has your best interest at heart, whether it's a good coach or your parents, it can be hard to take. Nobody likes to be criticized. Nobody likes to be told their faults or what they did wrong. But you need to understand that reaction, understand that it's normal, remind yourself, and then take away what you can use from the feedback and the criticism you get because you're going to also get it from people who are just trying to put you down or they don't even know what they're talking about. But usually, no matter who's giving you the feedback or criticism, you can find something in it that you can use to help you become a better player. Okay, and then you start to understand that any criticism can be taken in a way that you can use to become a better player. That's going to make you a more confident player. It's also just not gonna it's gonna keep you from getting too frustrated and too upset and too focused on the negative things someone might have said about your game. Okay, so next one here's be so positive. I know some of you have heard me say this before. Be so positive. Negative people won't want to be around you. If you want to be positive and confident, also hang around with those exact people. Hang around with positive, confident people. It matters who you hang around with. For the parents that are listening, I'm sure you've heard it at some point in your life when they talk about just success in general, about who your close friends are. Take a look at them. That's you, right? So you want to hang out with successful people. You're talking about your career. You want to hang out with people who are successful in their career or successful in relationships or whatever. And so as a young soccer player, if confidence is an issue and you want to become more confident, hang around with positive, confident people, positive, confident teammates, not those that complain all the time, not those that focus on what's wrong all the time, not those ones say, oh well, that always, oh, coach doesn't play me because they like so and so better, and it's draining being around negative people all the time. So hang around with positive, confident people. Okay. Number 11, baby steps and challenges. What do I mean by that? So sometimes I think it's great to set big goals, and I'll say you shoot for the stars, and if you miss, you still hit the moon, right? But sometimes if you want to if you're talking about really developing confidence, baby step goals and challenges can be the way to go. So, maybe you're just starting out juggling and you can get three. It's great that you want to get to 30 or 100 or what have you. But how about five, right, by the end of next week, or even 10? Because that you're going to hit that goal, and that's going to build positive momentum going forward, and that's going to help develop your confidence. And then you can set bigger goals. It might take a little bit of time, but set smaller ones first that you can hit. You want to train at home, but you really struggle with that. Okay, 5 minutes on the ball every day. Just 5 minutes, right? You can do that first thing in the morning. I've talked about and shown ball skill, ball control work that you can do in a little simple, basically 3 foot by 3 foot square. That can be done inside in a very small area. So things like that. Take little baby goals that you know you're going to reach. And then as you reach them, you become more confident. You can start setting bigger goals and so forth. So, number 12, write it down every day. Write what down? Great question. I'm glad you asked. Something positive in your development. It's important. And also a quote that might help you. Don't just have something read once. Like maybe it's you know, mistake. You don't lose, you learn, or whatever it might be. I can't even think of any of my own quotes that I've made up at this point. Bummer. But something that puts you in a positive frame of mind. It helps with your confidence. Also, things that you have done, the goals that you've achieved. Maybe you're someone who has juggled a lot, and you can get 100. Write that down. I can juggle over 100 times, but write it down every day. And look, I don't need you to spend half an hour, or an hour, or whatever, but just pick a few things that you connect with being a confident player and write them down every day, because writing them down really ingrains them in your mind. It reminds you. Don't just write down a few things, maybe read it that day, and then you put it aside. You'll forget, which is why in the last week's podcast I talked about doing that 5 minute confidence exercise, weekly, or at least, every couple of weeks, or every month. You do it just once. It puts you in a great frame of mind, reminds you of the things you've done, gives you a little confidence, but it fades over time, right? You forget about it. So, right, to pick a few things that really help for you and write them down every day. Number 13, breathe, right? All right. It sounds a little silly, and maybe the adults can even speak more to this because they probably remember it more dealing with it as an adult with a child. But everybody knows, kids probably all gone through. You get so upset, so worked up about something. It could be anything that you basically can't even breathe anymore, right? And you have a parent or a good friend or whatever that just is trying to calm you down to get you to breathe, right? Slow, deep breath through the nose, out slowly through the mouth. That helps calm you down. Okay. It's also going to help with your confidence. It's going to help relieve stress. That's why you'll see athletes do this at times in big moments. In soccer, big moment, taking a penalty kick, right? You get up there, take a slow, deep breath, relaxes your body, helps you to focus, and that's going to help your confidence, okay? And number 14 is to see it happening, to visualize. Now, I don't know about kids today, don't do a whole lot of pickup. I know we used to do this automatically in pickup games and free play, not sit down sit down at a time of day in a chair or whatever and start visualizing, an entire game or what have you. But we just kind of did it naturally in that, you're playing pickup baseball or stickball or whatever, and you're batting and you are, it's in your head. You are bottom of the ninth, game 7 of the World Series, right? Bases are loaded, 2 outs. You're going to hit that game-winning grand slam. Basketball. Anybody who's gone out to the played basketball and you go out to the courts, you're just shooting around. Inevitably, at some point, your shots start becoming the game 7 of the NBA Finals. That clock's ticking down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Chuck it up on one. Are you going to hit the game-winning shot? Right, and you're seeing that in your head as you're playing it out. That's a little bit of visualization there, and that's what I'm talking about. Seeing yourself in your mind be successful doing the things you want to do. Maybe you've really been practicing that double scissors, and you really want to use in the game. You haven't done it yet. Take a moment, especially before a game, if you can, and see yourself doing it successfully in your head. Just visualize pulling it off in a game. That's going to help you build your confidence. Okay. Um, it's a little shorter than I want. Okay, but I'm going to leave it there. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I didn't write down a whole lot of detail. I kind of riffed off the top of my head. So I'll probably remember some things right after I upload this and that I wanted to add. But that's all right. I'll give me another podcast episode to do. Once again, I want to thank everybody who listens, who shares this with other people. It would mean a lot in whatever service you use, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, what have you. If you can leave a rating, a review if you have a moment to do it, it really, really helps the podcast get found when people are looking for this topic. Um, but yeah, thanks again so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so, check out impactsoccerperformance.com. You will not regret it. If you do not get the email newsletter, which has a lot of other little tidbits, or the 30-day ball control program, go to thesoccerspecialist.com, put in your email. It is free, and I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you later.